Okay, before we start this video, I just want to say this video took a really long time to make, so I would really appreciate if you liked and subscribed. Thanks. By the way, I need a new mic. So today, we are doing a comparison video. Now, before we start, I want to say this is completely inspired by Isaac Hooten's video. I will link it in the description below. Now, the comparison is on the Crimson versus the Corruption. Let's go. So starting off with the Crimson, it has 3 pre-hard mode enemies. Now first up, we have the Face Eater. This guy literally looks like he is. Next up, we have the Blood Crawler. It's just a spider that walks around and tries to beat you up. And finally, we have probably the most common one you're going to find, the Chimera. Has 45 health. You're going to see this guy a lot. It's basically just a flying guy that swoops in and tries to kill you. They can, as you can see, they can spawn in many different sizes. Now let's talk about the Crimson Heart drops. So here are 2 of the drops, the Undertaker and the Crimson Heart. This is basically just a gun, and this emits light when you're walking around. I actually have it equipped right here. This is what it looks like. Right there. Now let's talk about the Brain of Cthulhu. As you can see, he spawns these creepers, which are just eyes that start attacking you. Now these guys, they will drop tissue samples, which you need to make the pickaxe and armor set. They will also drop Crimtane ore, which is very useful early game, so you're going to want to kill this guy as fast as you can. So, once you kill all the creepers, which they might be moving around a little bit, the brain will open up and go into a second form. Now this is where you can actually hit the brain itself. You have to hit the small little eyes, the creepers, before you can actually hit the brain. I'm really OP, so I just one-hit it. I did not think it was going to do that. But once it gets in late second form, it will start quadrupling itself. It'll get easy so you can see the real one, but on the last one, it starts to get really difficult. Let's talk about the Corruption now. So, the Corruption has 2 main mobs. Now it's a lot, I know, it's less than Crimson, but we have the Eater of Souls. Like the Chimera, they can spawn in many different sizes. Now we also have the Devourer, which I can never seem to find. But trust me, it exists. I've been attacked by it. There's the Devourer. So that's what he looks like. He has 100 health. Now let's talk about the drops. On the first drop, you will always get a musket. And then the second one, it's a 20% chance for every item. But we got the Vilethorn, which is a magic item. It's pretty good if you want to play mage. Now let's talk about the Eater of Worlds. This guy, once you kill its segments, will split apart. So I can show you right here. I just gotta kill its segments. Just like that, he just split apart. This guy is also very weak because of the parts, they only have 150 health. So you can take it down in a few hits if you have a good sword. He will also drop Demonite and Shadow Scales. You're gonna need the Shadow Scales, once again, to make the armor set and the pickaxe. And the Demonite, obviously, you need for everything. Now, this guy actually has a lot more health than the Brain of Cthulhu, but I'm going to give my opinion right now. This guy is much easier than the Brain of Cthulhu. As he might have more health, he does less damage. So you might find yourself maybe being easier with health on Brain of Cthulhu, but this guy overall is easier to kill. And once you kill it, you will receive your reward. And there it goes. You have a bunch of shadow scales here. So I'll collect them and show you how much it could possibly give you. So let's run over here. Grab all this. So now we have a grand total of 63 shadow scales and 175 demonite ore. Pretty good, to be honest. Now I didn't show all of the shadow orb drops, but some others are the shadow orb, which is the same as the crimson heart, the ball o' hurt, and the band of star power. So let's talk about hard mode now. Okay, so right here we have two of the hard mode mobs, the Herpling and the Crim Slime. Both of them obviously are a big step up from pre-hard mode. So the Herpling basically jumps around like a maniac, and the Crim Slime is just a buffed slime. Now the rest of the enemies I'm just gonna list, because some of them could actually be pretty annoying to find sometimes. Oh, never mind. Here's one right here. The Ichor sticker. So if you kill this guy, he will actually drop Ichor, which if you make arrows or bullets out of these, inflicts the Ichor debuff. It's really OP. It gives them minus a whopping 20 defense points. Now right here, we have the Floaty Gross. This guy is basically a ghost. They just float around. Now, if you look in the water, you will find the Blood Jelly. Now, this guy is basically just a jellyfish that's powerful. Now, the last two are actually difficult to find. So we have the Crimson Axe and the Crimson Mimic. Now, let's talk about the Crimson Mimic drops. So, the Crimson Mimic can drop the Tendon Hook, Flesh Knuckles, Life Drain, Fatid Bognuts, and the Dart Pistol. Now, I've never actually tested out these weapons, but they're probably pretty good because mimics, I'm not even gonna lie, they're tough. Now let's talk about the post-Plantera biome chests. So in the Crimson, the biome chests will give you the vampire knives, which, just letting you know, are extremely overpowered. They're literally crazy because they life steal. So you'll take the enemies or the monster's life and add it onto yours. It's so OP. I've never tried them, but I really hope to try it someday. Okay, moving on to the corruption, we have the corrupt slime. Now this guy basically just a slime, buffed slime, just same thing as the crim slime. Now this guy splits apart. I'm not sure. I didn't pay attention if the crimson slime did that, but the corrupt slime splits apart, so it's pretty cool. So right here we have the corruptor, basically an extremely buffed eater of souls. This guy's pretty cool, and yeah, and another just attacked me. So now I'm not gonna take forever looking for the underground crimson, but some more mobs are the world feeder, the clinger, and the corrupt mimic. Now let's go over the mimic drops. So the mimic drops can drop the chain guillotines, yeah. The clinger staff, the worm hook, and the dart rifle. Again, never tried any of them out, but maybe I will someday. Oh, and I think I forgot to add this guy to my list. But the Slimer is another mob. Just carries a Crim Slime and drops it. And also we have Shadow Slime too. I'm not sure if I mentioned that. Let's see, the dungeon chest drops the Scourge of the Corruptor. Honestly, I have no idea what this does. But yeah, it, it does something. You guys can look it up. I have no idea what it does. So, that was the comparison. Now I want to come to a final conclusion of which one is better. So, I've came to a conclusion. Personally, I think Crimson is better for items by far. By a mile, Crimson is better for items. Also, if you want more mobs to actually kill, play Crimson. If you want it to be easier, personally, I think Corruption is a lot easier because it has less mobs to deal with. So, which one do I actually like more? Here's the big reveal. I like Corruption more. Now, I like Corruption because, first of all, I think it's a little easier. I really like the design of the mobs. The Clinger, I gotta say, I love the design on it. And the World Feeder just looks awesome. Now, I also really like Crimson, but I just gotta say Corruption's a little bit better. I just like the whole vibe, the purple theme. They did such a great job with it. So if you like this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Go check out Eisenhuten's video, which was the inspiration for this video. This video took a long time to make, so I would really appreciate you subscribing. Let's get to 300 subscribers by the end of the year. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like and subscribe, and goodbye.